Hi, fifth graders. We're doing a little review for your English Unit 6 on pronouns. So let's just go through and give you a little background on these, and then I'll explain a little bit more about your homework for the next 2 days. Alright, so a subject pronoun takes the place of the subject. The subject is, of course, what the sentence is about, who or what the sentence is about. So instead of Carl watches the swimmers, he watches the swimmers. A rope would be an it because it's a thing. And then you have Jean and Susan, that's two people together, so it's they. Your choices of words for subject pronoun are listed down there in the box. They can show you a little bit more about what's available for pronouns there, for subject pronouns. Now the second part, of course, is object pronouns. Object pronouns come after the verb, and they are used, the words like for, to, or used after the words to, for, with, in, and at. So an example here, here's the verb drove. Mrs. Stone drove Clyde, Mrs. Stone drove him. Okay, so it changes to him. Your object pronouns are written down here. Okay, those are the choices that you use for object pronouns. The ones that we have, sometimes we get a little bit confused with, all right, is like this one here, because we normally think it would be her, but it's not. So the drivers were dad and she. The drivers were dad and she. Well, she is a subject pronoun, so why would it be she when it's after the verb there? Well, subject pronouns can be used a lot of times after when it's the linking verbs, or when it's the linking verb here, like were. Okay, links the subject with the rest of the sentence there. He and I like that car. For the front of this, you can think of it as taking that off. It says, I like that car. That sounds right, not me like that car. So those type of things we can look at and see the correct ways of writing things. Okay. Just kind of go over that a little bit to look at some of your examples here to help you with that one. With the next section, using I and me, I is used as the subject or after the form of linking verbs like be, am, is, are, was, were. And the pronoun me is after the action verb, or with words like to, for, with, in, at, all those prepositions that we call them. So let's see some examples here too. Diane and I ride the bus. Again, it's a subject of the sentence. The winners were Dave and I. Okay, here's that linking verb, or not that linking verb, linking verb be, that be verb again. Be, am, is, are, was, were. So I have to use the word I afterwards. Okay, even though that one sounds strange, it is correct because it's after the be verb. Okay, who chose Carol and me? Again, chose is an action verb, so we use me. Is Leo coming with him or me, or him and me? Coming with him or me, have that word with again, so we use the word me. And the winner was I. Again, here's that helping verb, or that linking verb, be, am, is, are, was, were. So we have the word I after that one. Again, know these rules, because the rules are what's going to help you to decide which one's right. Not always how does it sound to me, but what is the correct rule. So look at this rule and learn that rule as far as for your tests and things. Possessive pronouns, again, that stand alone. The green book is mine. Yours is a messy desk. or messy. The blue bike is his. Hers is the gray house. You can hear these ones. These ones kind of sound as they should. So I don't think you'll have too much problem with the possessive pronouns. Writing with pronouns you don't have in your testing. Contractions with pronouns, the only thing that I caution you on is like these ones at the bottom here. We'd could be we would, or we'd could be we had. So you need to read your sentence and use the words we would, and then also use the word we had, and see which one really is it, which one makes sense to that, because same contraction. Same with here, he is and he has. All right, so be careful with some of these. They're the same contractions, but they could be used with different words. All right, so just be aware and make sure you take your time for that. Double subjects, okay. You're going to have to eliminate that. Sometimes people make the mistake of saying things like, Mary, she is my sister. No, Mary is my sister. It's either Mary is my sister or she is my sister, but not Mary, she. Same here. Her hat, it is pretty. Her hat is pretty, or it is pretty, but not her hat, it is pretty. All right. That's just making sure you only have one subject in your sentence. Okay. We and us. We and us, when we look at this one, we have, here we have, we girls took our place on the field. And that's just clarifying the we and us. It's just clarifying who is we. We girls took our place on the field. That's not using two nouns here, or two subjects. It's clarifying it. It's making more clear. The best players are we girls. The girls threw it to us boys. They will not beat us boys. All right, those type of things, excuse me, is when we need to clarify that. All right, and it says to use the pronoun us that follows an action verb or a word such as to, for, with, or at. So it kind of gives you even when you use those things. Okay. Then you had homophones, for and for, the number 4. You've used that in math a lot, so hopefully you know the difference between those two. Here with your ear, so H-E-A-R, where it has the word ear in it. Here and there, here is a place, the other one. Our we've used a lot in math, so hopefully you know that it has the H in front of it, and then our bringing the pronoun saying it belongs to me, or it belongs to us. No, knowledge, both start with K-N, knowledge, no, K-N-O-W. No, yes or no, that type of thing, refusal. To can be a direction, okay. Go to your desk, or you know, go to the kitchen and get this. To, this to means also. I want to go to. Two people also. Not two people, I shouldn't say it that way, but to means also. Also, and it also can mean too much, like there's a lot of it. To, TWO for the number 2, we've used that in math. I think it twice has the TW for it, so twice to, all dealing with numbers. All right, that brings us to your homework parts and what we're doing for the next couple days. In your worksheet that you have from your packet, looks like this. You're just going to be writing the pronoun that would replace these words in section 1 and section 2. You're going to do that same thing. Write the subject pronoun, write the object pronoun down, just the one words. For 15 through 19, which choice is the correct ones? So down here you have me or I love to play table tennis, and you just write either me or I in the box. Same thing through 28. So you're going to pick either their or theirs and write it on the line, our or ours and write it on the line. For tomorrow then, on your other sheet, for section 5, write the 2 words that make up the contraction. So what 2 words should this be? And that you're going to do for 29 through 39. And then double subjects in that section, you're going to write the eliminated word. So let me explain that for you. So on number 40, Dr. Lee, she is an animal doctor. What word don't you need in that sentence? Dr. Lee, she is an animal doctor. Well, you'd probably take out the word she. So if we take that out, we have Dr. Lee is an animal doctor. So you'd write the word she on the line because that's the word that you are taking out of the sentence. Okay, so for 40 through 51, you're just going to take out that little word, or whatever word it is, one of the words that you're taking out, and write that on the line. For 52 through 66, you're going to either write we or us in the box. Either we or us, whichever one is the correct choice. Then you have your proofreading. That's already written out on your paper for you. You're looking for 10 mistakes that either deal with subject pronouns, object pronouns, possessive pronouns, or contraction with pronouns. So subject pronouns, remember what those words are, like I, you, he, she, it. Object pronouns like him, her, them, us. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns being like your book, her dog, his cat. Those possessive pronouns. And then contraction with pronouns would be like it's there, maybe missing a maybe it's the wrong word, or maybe it's missing an apostrophe, those type of things for contraction with pronouns. You'll have 10 mistakes to find in your paragraph there. All right, hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you later.